Welcome to Pressback. I'm the Deceiver, and this is a Deceiver dissection. Today, we're going to talk about dominoes. No, not the pizza. We'll be talking about those rectangular tiles covered in dots that you're pretty sure are used for a game, but you really just like seeing them fall over. Or, like myself, you enjoy seeing them be the driving force in those elaborate Rube Goldberg machines. What if there was a way to experience all the joy of tiles smacking into one another without all the complicated setup? Enter Mr. Domino. Well, he's gonna be here regardless, because no one can stop Mr. Domino! Which is somewhat true, but we'll get into that later. No One Can Stop Mr. Domino is one of those very odd and distinctly Japanese games to arrive here in the West for the original PlayStation. It was developed by Artdink, a Japanese developer that may have made a few games. Most notable is their Take the A-Train series of puzzle games, which may be worth a dissection in the future. Established in 1986 and still making games today, many Artdink titles never really found a footing in the Western mainstream market due to the unique and unconventional characteristics their games exhibited, which, after playing Mr. Domino, I can understand. When my friend Leggy and I started up the game, we were pretty confused.
Okay. Am I just supposed to lay dominoes across the board? I don't understand.
Oh, your dominoes from before stayed there.
Is this like a multiplayer thing? I don't understand.
Oh, okay, I see what it is. So you lay those down in ways that you can, like, it gives you more points.
So this does give me more points.
Yeah, like the more you knock down.
Okay.
After watching the unique intro video,
Something about these FMVs really give off a Tekken 1 and 2 vibe. Just like their CGI cutscenes do.
I don't think I've ever seen the Tekken.
They're bad. They're really bad.
Selecting our domino, and partaking in the deep character customization. Alright, what number do you want with?
Go with the spider, dude.
We were ready to topple any obstacles in our way on our path to total world dominoation. Huh? Wait, but I thought, isn't Mr. Domino unstoppable? I mean, I guess technically he hasn't stopped moving, so no one has stopped him yet. No one can stop Mr. Domino, but they certainly can trip him and make him spin around. Doesn't flow off the tongue as well. Alright, so I'm not the invincible domino destroyer I thought I'd be. So what do I do? What's the objective? Is it a race? Who am I racing against? Hurry up! Where to? What for? Oh, well, alright then. Upon further research, Mr. Domino requires you to read the physical, or digital, game manual to understand the objective of the game. You have 6 levels to explore: a casino, a grocery store, a family's home, the park, an amusement park, and the city. Littered throughout each of the levels are trick tiles that are required to be hit in order to clear the stage. To do so, Mr. Domino has the unique ability to place dominoes behind him as he runs. The main objective of this peculiar puzzle game is to make laps around all the levels, knocking over the dominoes you placed on your first lap in order to trigger the trick tiles. There also exist red flashing hint tiles, which let you know where something will fall and hit the board. This mechanic allows for extremely satisfying knockdowns, and gives the player the opportunity to hit every trick tile in one go. 3. And 4. Okay.
It's not even yet.
Ah,
Yes.
yes! Nice. Clear stage.
Okay. Domino's left behind 0.
0, dude. Look at that! Look at that score.
That's nice.
You're the best in the U.S. However, this is insanely difficult to do. The loop, dude, the loop.
It literally swings in the perfect motion, so if you hit it, it goes right to the left.
Are you serious? Ah! Your health is Mr. Domino's stamina, which is indicated by his color. Running out will turn you back into a normal domino and end your run, so you want to try to complete your objective as quickly as possible. Thankfully, health packs in the level will refill your stamina, but they can only be used once. After that, you're at the mercy of all the other obstacles on the board, from swinging candy to stray cats, and the characters you chose not to play as being complete jerks to you. There are many opportunities to slow you down or mess up that perfect line of dominoes you were aiming to have. Slowdown tiles will cause Mr. Domino to enter a crawl and drop your points. Speed tiles can help you if you're trying to get back around to the beginning, but you sacrifice control, and control is already finicky. There's a slight delay in all of your inputs, which leaves very little room for corrections. All of these factors will most likely culminate in a game over for you, and you only get 5 restarts per level, and 5 continues until you have to start over from the beginning. This game takes no prisoners, but it is entirely worth it to try and complete each level. No One Can Stop Mr. Domino oozes with creativity and surrealism that most would struggle to find in a game today. Each level was entirely unique, with vibrant colors and layouts that kept us wondering how we could knock everything over in a triumphantly satisfying way. Besides that satisfaction, there really isn't any other type of reward. If you're able to hit every trick tile in one go and obtain the highest score, then you'll unlock all the characters. Aside from slight speed increases and decreases, there wasn't much of a difference between them all. So, unless you're a complete perfectionist, you'd be fine just seeing how far you can get. Graphically, the game has quality visuals, even for something released on the original PlayStation. It's clear what objects are supposed to be, and the developers were able to use some of the less than fluid animation for some pretty comedic moments. During the grocery store segment, it's so fun to notice all the different food brands in the background, product placement aside. My friend even recognized the famous Glico Man while we were playing. Oddly enough, there's a notable switch to include 16-bit style characters in the background for the final 3 levels. Up until this point, the 3D models used for actual people looked okay, but this switch was quite abrupt, with no real justification. The game's soundtrack is also notable, containing many synthesizing beats that will have your head bobbing along. Relaxing rhythms while you explore the casino tables, thumping, fast-paced beats as you're weaving throughout the supermarket, and the whimsical nature of the amusement park theme are just some of the examples of how the music helps the game solidify its surrealist, wacky environment. The cartoon-like and sometimes straight bizarre sound effects are also significant contributors. Ultimately, No One Can Stop Mr. Domino is defined by its creativity and uniqueness. I know for certain I've never played a game like this. Being thrust into the role of a domino, trying to set up the sickest knockdown tricks while wreaking havoc on an innocent family will be a fond gaming memory. Now, the game isn't perfect, but I certainly wouldn't call it average. Personally, I believe the game would have benefited from adding more optional branching paths as you progressed. This does show up in 2 of the later stages, but it's not really explored effectively. The intense difficulty and less than ideal controls make accomplishing a perfect run a formidable challenge. unless you want to spend many hours learning the most ideal strategies, your best bet would be to pick up the game and see how far you can make it, all while enjoying the wonderful benefits of playing as an anthropomorphized domino. The game is fairly cheap and worth including in your collection, just to be able to flaunt that you know for certain no one can stop Mr. Domino. This has been the Deceiver, and this Deceiver dissection is complete. Conclusion? A unique idea worth experiencing, and it would be interesting to see it revisited today. Thanks for watching, and remember, always press back. Oh, and like, share, comment, and subscribe.